Are you looking for the wooden cross stitch or embroidery wooden frame uh, and the not expensive one? I can actually promise you that you can have one for under $10. So if that's what you're looking for, stay tuned and let's go to the video. My name is Fia. Thank you for being here, and you are in my channel, Sofia Stitchy Love. Thank you, and I hope that you are well. Today, I'm bringing you a different video. Um, as maybe many other people, I love cross stitching or embroidery, and I don't have that much money to spend on a lot of stuff. And even if I had money, I do like to do some DIY. So I decided that I wanted to show you how to build a wooden frame, and it's a very easy frame to build, very quick. You can do it under 30 minutes. Oh, definitely. And one of the best parts is that you can do it by measure. You can have it to the size that you need, bigger, smaller, huge, medium, you choose. And for under $10, I can promise you that. I'm going to show you how to do it. I just did one for a project that I just started, and I added all up, and it actually cost me in euros, €8. And Europe is not cheaper than US, is not cheaper than Canada, is not cheaper than other places. It actually is quite expensive. So if you fancy having one like mine or finding out how to do it, I promise it's going to be very easy. Let's go. And also, I just want to let you know, we actually may be doing like a series of videos. As I was building it, I thought to myself, why don't I tell people like the best way that I've ever seen of stretching the fabric on your frame, or how to build your own floor stand or your table stand, because I've been through all of that. I did it all for myself. So if you do want to learn how to do it, just subscribe and wait for the next videos. Let's go and build our frame. Have a look. Let's have a look then. These are the materials that we're going to need for our little project. They're not that much, no, not that many. It's going to be something very easy. You're going to think, why I didn't thought of this before. So what we're going to do, what we're going to need, I'm sorry, depending on the size that you want to do. My fabric for this project has 65 centimeters. So I think I'm going to do it with 75 to give it 5 centimeters at each side. So for that, I will need two. These are broomsticks. I'm going to need the two because one, it's not long enough for my project, but for you, it may be. You just need to know what size do you need. So what I'm going to do, the end is not perfect. So I'm going to cut the end. So you're going to, oh, let's go back. I'm sorry. I'm going to need two broomsticks. You may need just one. Then I'm going to need one wood bar. It's kind of a rectangular shape. Then is the first time that I'm going to try to use this. It's called self-closing adhesive tape. You know, it's like Velcro that if you put together, it closes. I normally used to glue a BS tape here, and then I would sew my fabric to the BS tape. But this time I'm gonna try to glue this tape in here and then sew the other one to the fabric. I think it will work, and it'll probably make it easy for me to take out if I want to use the frame for another project. Then you're gonna need 4 of these little screws. I normally get them in packs like this. what are they? They, sorry, let me try to get into focus. They've got this kind, I don't know how you say it in English, I'm really sorry. Like the screw, it's different. This side is going to go into the wood and this one is going to stick on the outside. I will do it with you later on, but it's just so you know what you need to buy. I got a pack normally that brings 8, and they're like 4 millimeters wide diameter, and in this case they are 50 millimeters long, but the measurement on it doesn't have to be that one, but the width it should be, because you're gonna buy some of these nuts. There are loads of different. I have some different ones. Well, you're gonna need 4 of them. Like I've got examples of other ones that I normally use. They are the ones that normally we use for drawers or cabinets, like doors or drawers, and that's the ones that we use to open them. So what you're going to need is a screw that will go in the end like that, and then this part will have to go into the wood, but let's leave that for later on. So now we just have the materials that we need, and in this case I'm leaving 4 little balls. Then you're going to need, these are the materials, but you're going to need some tools. What you're going to need, you're going to need a drill to make some holes, and you're going to need a saw to cut the pieces to the size that you need. So my fabric measures 65, as I said to you. So I'm going to want to have 2 pieces of these broomsticks with, sorry, my tape makes some noise. I'm just going to try to leave it out like that. I'm just going to measure. I've got some metallic bits in here, so it doesn't have to be broomsticks. It's just, this is the easiest for me to find. I'm going to mark it. I'm going to do like that, so I know I measure all the way up to 75. Oh, let me just try to move this. I've got some other bits here in the table. And just try to make sure that your tape is straight, and then you mark 75. You may want to do it all the way around just to make it easier when you're sewing. Then you can actually do the next one from the measurements of this one. So I'll just go in here. I'll make sure it's straight. And then go to the other side. Oh, I'm out of frame here, and do exactly the same. So these are the measurements that you're going to need. It's up to you what you need. So my fabric should come all the way more or less up to here. I'm cutting it in here, so my fabric will probably come up to here. So it leaves me some space to work. Then this bar, you're going to need 2 of them, and the size that you need is quite up to you, because it's the width, the space that you're going to have to work. It's up to you if you like a larger one or a smaller one. I like medium. I don't like very big, because I don't like to have my arms stretched out when I'm stitching. So I think I'm going to leave it with 30 centimeters each. So let's measure. Put my tape right at the beginning, and I'll have 30 centimeters here. I'll mark it in here too to make it easier for me. And then if I have one here with 30, then I'll do the other one with 60, and then I will have 2. I'll have 1 piece for each side. Then we'll have to do some holes, but I will come back here to show you once I've cut them all, okay? Now the pieces have been cut as we needed it. I've got the two rectangular ones in here, and I've got the two pieces that were broomsticks before. I have them in here too. So, as you can see, what are we going to do? We're going to attach these two bars, one in here and the other one in here. So what do we need? We need to do some holes. We're going to have to drill some holes. So as I've showed you before in the box, in the bag actually, my screws say that they are 4 millimeters. So what I'm gonna advise you is, instead of using a 4 millimeters tool, try to use a smaller one. I'm gonna use a 3 millimeters one. So when I'm trying to put my screw inside, it will still be quite tight. Otherwise, it will maybe just loose. So the idea is to have holes here at the ends of the broomsticks. I don't know where my camera is. Okay, here. So I'm gonna try to do right at the center of the broom. I'm gonna do a hole, and this screw will have to go inside in both sides. So we'll have to drill 4 holes. Each bar will have to have one at each end. So we'll make 4. And here we're gonna have, and in this one I don't need it to screw in, so in this one I'm gonna drill with a 5 millimeters because I just want the screw to go through easily. And when I'm drilling these ones, I'm gonna attach them together. I'm gonna drill it at the same time to make sure that the holes are exactly the same height. It won't be that much different if at the ends you have one slightly higher than the other one. That will not be your problem. But if you want to make it perfect, nicer, just when you drill it, do it together. So I'm going to mark my holes, and all we need is one at the top and one at the bottom. But if you want your stand to be adjustable, you can have more holes. It's up to you. So I may do one here, quite at the top, to have all the width of my frame. And then I may do 2 other ones slightly lower. I can always adjust these 2 with these 2, that and that. So that will give me 1, 2, 3, 4 options. Now the measurements, the ones in the broom, as I said before, they will be right at the center, as much as the center as possible, because that will make your frame straight. And here I'm gonna do some marks. So as we planned, I cut this at 30 centimeters. Sorry, I'm out of center of the frame. So I'm gonna mark them here. I may do it something like 2.5 centimeters probably. So how am I gonna mark them? 2.5 here, 2.5 at this side, and then I'll draw a straight line. I'm really sorry, I just realized that my neighbors were cutting some wood, and I didn't realize all the noise that they were making. So I just shut the doors. As we add our marks, I'm not sure if that one was 2.5 centimeters. Yes, that was a mark. So I will just draw a line. And let me see what's the measurement of this. Is 2.5 centimeters. So the middle of it, it will be 175. I'm just gonna try to, no. 2.5, so the middle will be 125. I'm just going to try to put it more or less there, so I know where to drill my hole. And I'll do the same here. So now I will measure 2.5 in here. Oh, sorry, let's just do it in here. 2.5, 2.5. We'll draw my line, and now I'll have to find the center, and it should be more or less 125, so we'll be sort of there. Now I may do some other ones, so if this was 2.5, maybe I'll do another one at 6 here, here, now let's find the middle. And I'll do the same in here. If it's not perfect, it's not a problem, as long as both of them are the same as each other. And that's why I'm telling you, when you're drilling, do both at the same time. That is the most important. There. So I've got them all marked. I will make sure that I will drill them like together, and I will come back in a second. My holes have now been drilled. So what do we need now? We need to put this part of the screw inside the bar. Actually, if you have a 3.5 or even try the 3 drill hole, it may even be better. So you just put, it'll be tighter, one of the screws in each end, like that. We'll do the same in the other one. Like that. One left. You just turn it around so you can see it easier. Don't know why this seems a bit tighter than the other ones, but it's the same. Now, my bars go in. Now, all this will have to be cleaner, right? I'll have to do it properly. I'm just showing you right now. And then the little bolt comes at the end. Like that, okay? So we just need to put the 4 of them. I'm just going to clean all this. I didn't notice. I'm going to clean them all before. So now I've just cleaned them with a little bit of sandpaper. Still some bits left, but I will do it better later on. So now we get this through like that. I'm seeing all this through the camera, so I'm no do it at the first time. So here we've got one in place. That's it. Once in place, let's put the second one through here. Oh, I've tightened it. Yes, I did a little bit of a mistake. I forgot. I've tightened it a little bit too much, this screw. And why did I do that? Because I forgot completely. When I was doing my hole to put this screw on, I shouldn't have gone that deep. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take it out. Here, I'm going to try to move the camera. Here, I can't do it. Here at the hole that I did in the middle, I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue. And that way the screw will stay on when it's all tightened. It may make it easier if you add the screw in here first. One, I've already put the other one. Then you get your bar. Sorry, trying to do all this on table. It's not as easy with the camera on top. So let's just screw it. Easy. Screw it this way. All the way in. That's it. Still on the other side to do. And I'm using the top holes at the moment. So this one, as you can see, my holes are too loose. Don't do that mistake. Try to use a drill like a 3.5 if you have a 5 screw, just to make it tighter. But if this happens to you, it's very easy to fix. I'll show you. I'll just pick up a little bit of wood, like in this case it's a toothpick, and if you just put it inside, you will make some filling. Let's see if just one it's enough. It should be, but if it's not, we'll add another one. Oh, this was very, very big hole. Shouldn't have been this big. Let's have a look. I think now it's okay. I think my camera was not focusing. So you just hide it. And your wood frame, this part, is ready. So as you can see, I'm going to try to bring the camera out, or if I can't, I will take a picture just so you can see. Sorry if the camera goes all shaky because I've got it in my hand at the moment. So you can see this part of the frame is ready. We've got a frame. Now we just need to adapt it to receive our fabric or our project, depending on the point that you're at the moment. My next step now is to try to add this tape to the frame. I never used this before. It's a new idea. We're going to try it together. Hopefully it will work. So what am I going to do? I'm going to measure again. I think it was 65 centimeters. I will just make sure that is correct. And I will have 65 centimeters, and I'm going to try to glue it in here. My fabric is actually 65, so I've decided to cut this with 64. So I don't have this hanging on the side, because otherwise it will, if my arms rubs on it or something, it will scratch it. So 64, and I'll cut it. Now we're going to glue it in here. I'm going to use some hot glue. Actually, this has some, no, I may not need it. because this has glue. Oh, it will be even easier if it works just like that. Let's have a look. I'll try to center it more or less. Oh, I think it will work fine. Just try to leave it as straighter as possible. It's actually even easier than I was thinking. I was thinking that I had to use some hot glue, but apparently I won't. Oh, and I may be able just to glue it onto my fabric. I was thinking that I needed to sew it, but maybe I won't. Let's just have a look. Make sure I leave it straight. So I have 5.5 centimeters in here, and I will try to leave 5.5 at the top as well. So it should be more or less in here. And let's just glue it all the way. That's nice. I will move it to the sides. Oh, so I'm still frame, and this bit. It's now ready. I have a frame. This is the fabric. It's actually a project already that I want to add to my frame. Don't mind this, I was doing the edge, I haven't finished yet, but as I was working on it, I decided that I wanted a frame, and that's why we are here. So if I needed a frame, because I started to do it in a hook, but then if I wanted a frame, why not show you how I do it? So what am I going to do? I'm going to cut the other side of the tape, and I'm just going to measure it by the one that I already have. So just like that, so you can see it. Then I will need another one of exactly the same size, so I'll just put them together to be able to cut them. My hands they seem quite dirty, I'm so sorry, just because cutting the wood and all that. I did wash them, but the dust gets into the nails. So I've got two now, two tapes with the same size. So this is the first try. I'm gonna try together. Let's see if it actually glues to my fabric. So let me have a look at the size. So how am I gonna want to roll it? Because I usually roll the top one on top of the bar, and the bottom one, I like to roll it from underneath. So, but I think it's the same. I was just sorry, but my head is working and I was trying to see. So I think it's just the same. Let me again try to put it more or less at the middle. So it should be here. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna glue to the fabric. Maybe I should do it just more to the edge. Oh, and this way I won't even have to do my edge, will I? That's me being lazy. my top and bottom edges will definitely not need to be done. One of the sides is actually done from fabric, yeah, this one. Then all I have to do is this one. So let's have a look. Let's see it. If I add it in here, yeah, pretty sure it's gonna work. It's really strange trying things while recording, isn't it? So we never know if it's gonna work or not. So what do we need to do? Just undo the edge. The same on the other side. And we carefully roll it up. Let's just undo it more. I only undid it a little bit. I may have to take them all off, but let's just try it. I don't know how you normally roll them. I have no rules. So let's see it like that at the moment. I'm just gonna close the edges. The same to the other one. And actually, while attaching the top part, I'm just gonna add these clamps in here, so it won't come all apart. You can see the mark from the book. Let's try to take my flowers out of the way. They were here just to keep me in frame. But that's not this one. This is the remaining one. And I think it's this one. No, it's not. What am I doing? This is the right one. So I'm gonna turn the camera off while I put this one. Otherwise I'll have to be under the camera. I just added the tape, to my fabric. And in this time, instead of adding on the top, I decided to add it underneath. Why? Because while here I like to roll my fabric to come from under the bar, then at the top I like to do it that way, from the rolling down. So let's just try to put it in there. I'm trying to work from underneath the camera. It's not easy, sorry. Let's just try. Oh, what? It's not easy. So, like that. Okay. Pretty easy to add on. Now I just need to try to roll it. Oh, I've undid the bottom ones, so let me just tighten the top, the right one, now the left. That's it. Now I'm gonna roll it and tightening the bottom ones. Straighten it, and here it is. We have a frame. Now, this is a normal frame. We can actually tighten it even more if we want. We can stretch at the sides. Do you want to see how I normally even stretch it? Because I like it to be quite tight. I don't like it to leave it like that. But if you want to see how I stretch it, then you're gonna join me on one of my next videos. The frame is ready, and I've got lunch to prepare. So, just as I promised you, it's very, very easy to build a frame, isn't it? I've got mine. It's all ready to use. I hope you managed to build your own. If you got any questions, any just ask. I'm here. I'm your friend. All you need to do is just leave me in a comment any questions, and I will be happy to answer you back. So let's just add up all the little bits, how much they cost me. Like this wood frame, it cost me 79 cents. All this is from euro, and then we'll change it to dollars. This cost me 79 cents, and I still got plenty left to do another one. The broomsticks, I had to buy two, but the size that you need, you may only need one. So I bought two. It was 198. Then the screws that went here inside, they cost me 198. The draw knots, they cost me 50 cents each, so that's €2. And then the tape that we use to attach the fabric to the frame, it cost me 1 to 25. All that adds up to €8, and that is just under $10 exactly, as I promised. You've got your own personalized frame for just under $10. Now, would you like to know how do I stretch my fabric even better? There are different ways that you can do it. I can show you a few, but I can show you my favorite one, the ones that leaves it just really, really stretched. Then, do you have a stand to put your frame on? I can show you how I built mine. I have a table one. I also have a floor one. I can show you all that. If you'd like to see that, don't miss my next videos. Just make sure you subscribe, and then you can see them all. So the only other thing that I have to ask you is please, please show me the pictures of what you've built it for yourself, and leave the comments of any questions of what you think of these. And if you can leave me like in my Instagram or send me by email the pictures, I would love to add them all in the next video. That will be so, so nice. So thank you for being here with me, and I hope I could help you. And let's see each other soon. Bye bye.